Hi, friend. Here we are, gate 12, the gate of caution and the gate of standstill. So here we are one more time. One of these gates is in the throat, and we are still in the quarter of form. What's going to be fun is to watch this whole progression around the wheel as we walk through each quarter to see what's there. So gate 12, a voice in the throat that says, I will try. It's very moody. It's acoustic. And there's caution when it's faced with temptation. It has to be in the mood. So it's going to articulate, it articulates, it's very mutative, and it's very moody. So this is where our larynx dropped 85,000 years ago. And we have the ability to have language. What you'll notice is that the 12th voice has lots of emotion to it. Again, being that mutative voice, because it's in the individual circuitry is always mutative, always. So the caution will keep you silent until the mood wants to express your transformative information. Very important to understand that just because you have a defined throat doesn't mean that you're always talking or always in manifestation or always taking action. That's not what it means. What it means is when you're following your strategy and authority, correct action and correct manifestation will then appear. You will then be able to see it. Again, going back to the observer effect, what we look at, we create because we're collapsing the quantum field. So the observer effect says that we have an effect on the outcome, and we do. So Ra has always said, human design is choiceless. We are choiceless beings. That is truth. That's truth. We are choiceless because we are in this program. However, our decisions, that is where we have a choice. We can either be in our mind and be in the chaos and the distraction, or we can make the decision to trust the strategy and authority and just be one with the program. And move and interact with the program how we were built to move and interact with the program. Allow it to take place. And when we do that, you can then see what you're meant to see, and you will collapse the quantum field in a way that is correct for you. Manifestation is, I don't know how many millions of dollars people are making on this online. And people keep, buying this program, buying that program, buying this program. In my belief, human design is all you need. Because decisions being made correctly will collapse what you need to collapse in the quantum field for you to see. And it'll be correct. Oh, geez, there's lots of people manifesting a whole bunch of stuff. Most of it isn't correct for them. Most of it. Because they're unhealthy, they're unhappy, and they sit in this fear-based mentality that they'll never have enough. So they want more. And more is okay as long as it is healthy. So the 12th gate is romantic, it's poetic, it's musical in its theme. So you'll notice people with the 12th gate, there's lots of, percussion in their voice. They show their emotions, they're up and they're down, and it's a symphony of vibrations that come out of their voice. I don't have that in my design. I am, I don't get excited. I don't get, none of that takes place. But people with the 12th gate, you can hear that in their voice. And again, this is where the larynx dropped 85,000 years ago, so that we're able to have language and communicate differently than others, than other mammals, plants, all that. And of course, is it better? I don't know. I really don't know. They live in a more telepathic, vibrational world than we do at this point. So who knows what the mutation is going to be going forward. But, something that Ra has indicated is we will be moving more towards that telepathic being as we move into the 13th centered being. And, everything's cyclical. And when we're able to stand still and concentrate in the moment that we are in, then we get to see. And then life is still spiraling around and creating this cycle that we have. So something else I wanted to read to you was this. It is an unavoidable fact of life that inferior influences sometimes do prevail. Improperly motivated people ascend to power. There is injustice and conflict and poverty. And the spiritual life in general transcends into darkness and decay. Well, right now we can feel that we are coming out of the other end of that. Feels like we're in a very dark spot. But I believe that we are on the upswing. The 12th gate is about standstill. And standstill is about turning inward. Taking check of where you are emotionally. Are you in the mood to speak? What are you trying to communicate in your tone? That's what the 12th gate is all about. And it's about facing temptation and being cautious to that temptation. We are moving into an era where individuality is the key. Trusting your decision making. Moving from your own inner authority. And the 12th gate is saying to us, you can articulate that mutation when it's correct. So, of course, anything in the throat, it is crucial when you, always, when you have an undefined throat, to start to watch how it wants to move into action before you have made any kind of decision through your authority. And the 12th gate could have some really distorted expression of moods when it's undefined in the body graph. And, I'm not perfect. And I've watched all of this not self since I started with design. And it's sneaky, and it can come in there, and all of a sudden you're like, what is going on? That's what's happening. There's a distortion field that can infiltrate this not self. And what you really want to do is sit in the true self, in what is natural for you to sit in. Because the not self is powerful. I had an interaction with a client a few weeks ago, and I'm going to do a video about it eventually, when the timing is correct, about how powerful the not self is. Because it will speak louder, it will be noisier than anything you've ever seen. And what is really interesting is, I don't know if any of you guys have paid attention to the QAnon movement that's happening, but it's silent. I shouldn't say silent. It's not noisy. There's lots of investigation going on to the corruption that's happening around the world. And this group of beings, they're shedding light on all of this corruption. They're getting their facts. They're doing some powerful work in the world. And most of it is happening and nobody even knows about it. That is what a healthy defined throat does. It moves into action and it isn't noisy. An undefined throat is noisy and tries to get attention. As one of my dear mentors and teachers in human design, Karen Sherwood, rumors fly and the truth crawls. And how I look at that is I look at that through the undefined throat. Rumors will fly. It'll be noisy. But a defined throat, there's truth there. As long as it's being healthy, it's of course defined or undefined, anything could be healthy or unhealthy. And the truth will be spoken when the timing is right. That's what I love about design, is that I see this in everything that takes place on the planet. It infiltrates it. Well, in my opinion, it is it. So if anything in design intrigues you, this is my body graph. So you can look at it and, get the sense of my frequency. You can hear it in my voice. And then if you want to connect with me, here's all the ways that you can do that. And as somebody who is here to educate, again, in this 45th gate, educate people in how to be present, how to be in the now, to use their own personal power to be in the now. I'm here to educate anybody that's on my fractal. So again, here's my information, and thank you for your time.